My name is Shanika Cleveland, and I'm the case manager with Mississippi United to End Homelessness. And we are currently in your area conducting our point in time count.
Oh, what's that?
Well, the point in time count is a survey that we use to assess the needs of our community so that we may better serve our community. Well, before we proceed with the survey, I do want to let you know that due to the nature of your situation, we would like to protect your confidentiality. Therefore, your information will be de-identified, which means that you will be identified by your initials as well as the last four of your social. Would you be willing to participate?
Sure.
Okay, may I have your initials, please?
NAS.
And your date of birth
1986.
and your age.
28.
Okay. Ma'am, would you mind providing me with your social security number?
Oh, no, I don't want to provide that.
Okay, keep in mind that this information is de-identified.
No, thank you.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. What is your ethnicity
Non-Hispanic.
and your race?
African American.
Okay. And where did you sleep last night?
Here at the shelter.
Okay. Okay. How long have you been homeless?
Just this time? 1 week.
1 week. Okay. And in the past 3 years, how many times have you been housed and then homeless again?
Well, basically, when we get into it, we fight and then I leave. And so it's probably been about 3 times.
And ma'am, are you staying alone at the shelter or do you have any children with you?
I have a daughter.
Okay. And can I have your child's initials, please?
MAS
And how old is she?
2.
And do you mind telling me the cause of your homelessness?
Well, my boyfriend and I, we would get into it a lot, and I'd leave because he'd hit me. And this last time, I decided to come to the shelter because he threatened to hit my daughter.
Okay. Okay, ma'am, have you ever served in the military before?
Yes.
Okay, and which war era did you serve in?
In Iraq.
And what was your discharge type?
Honorable.
Okay. And what kind of health insurance do you have, if you have any?
I don't have any right now.
Okay. Have you ever been diagnosed with or told that you have any of the following disabilities? Physical disability?
No.
Mental?
Yes. I was diagnosed with schizophrenia.
Okay. What about developmental disability?
No.
Okay. Any drug use?
No.
Drug abuse?
No.
Okay. What about chronic health conditions?
No.
Alcohol abuse?
No.
Okay. HIV/AIDS?
No.
Okay. I'm going to ask you some questions about your interaction with health and emergency services. If you need any help figuring out the answers or when 6 months was ago, just let me know, okay? So you have to answer these questions in the past 6 months, okay?
Okay.
How many times have you been to the emergency room?
8 times.
8 times, okay. And how many times have you had an interaction with the police?
6.
Okay. How many times have you been taken to the hospital by an ambulance?
Probably about 5. I drove myself the other times.
Okay. How many times have you used a crisis service, including just distress centers or suicide prevention hotlines?
I'd say about 5.
Okay. And how many times have you been hospitalized as an inpatient, including hospitalizations in a mental health hospital?
Well, I've been to the mental health hospital twice,
Okay.
but then I was in the hospital twice because my boyfriend broke my arm and he broke my jaw.
Okay. Okay, ma'am, have you been attacked or beaten up since becoming homeless?
No.
Okay. What about threatened or tried to harm yourself or anyone else in the past year?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any illegal things going on right now that may result in you being locked up or having to pay any fines?
No.
Okay. Does anybody force or trick you to do things that you do not want to do?
Yes, my boyfriend.
Okay. Have you ever done anything that may be considered a little risky, like exchange sex for money, run drugs for someone, have unprotected sex with someone you don't really know, share needles, anything like that?
No.
Okay, ma'am, I'm going to read off types of places people sleep. Please tell me one which you slept at most often, okay? Shelter, street, sidewalk, or doorway, car, van, or RV, park or bus station, or other.
Shelter.
Shelter. Okay. Okay, is there anybody that thinks you owe them any money?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any money coming in on a regular basis, like a job or government benefits, or even working under the table, bending or bottle collecting, sex work, odd jobs, day labor, or anything like that?
Sex work. I mean, who asks a question like that?
Well, just keep in mind, ma'am, that I do understand that this is a bit personal, but these questions and the answers that you provide will help determine the services that we are able to provide in our community.
Well, I don't do stuff like that.
Okay. Okay, do you have enough money to meet all of your expenses on a monthly basis?
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am, do you have any planned activities each day other than just surviving that brings you happiness and fulfillment?
No.
Okay. Do you have any friends, family, or other people in your life out of convenience or necessity, but you do not necessarily like their company?
Yeah, my boyfriend.
Do any of your friends, family, or other people in your life ever take your money, borrow cigarettes, use your drugs, drink your alcohol, or get you to do things that you really don't want to do?
Use my drugs. I mean, no. These are some very personal questions.
Again, ma'am, I do apologize, but these questions and the answers that you provide will help determine the amount of funding that we receive in this particular area. Okay, where do you usually go for health care or when you're not feeling well?
To the nearest clinic or,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Now, do you have or have you ever had kidney disease, end-stage renal disease, or dialysis?
No.
Okay. What about a history of frostbite, hypothermia, or immersion foot?
No.
Okay. Liver disease, cirrhosis, or end-stage liver disease?
No.
Okay. HIV/AIDS?
No.
Okay. Have you ever had a history of heat stroke or heat exhaustion?
No.
Heart disease, arrhythmia, or irregular heartbeat?
No.
Okay. Emphysema,
No.
asthma,
No.
diabetes,
No.
cancer,
No.
hepatitis C, or tuberculosis?
No.
Okay.
Is this gonna end soon? It's getting a little long.
Yes, ma'am. I do apologize about the survey being very lengthy. We're almost done. Just bear with me.
Okay.
Have you ever had a problematic drug or alcohol use, abused drugs or alcohol, or told you do?
No.
Have you ever consumed alcohol and or drugs almost every day or every day for the past year?
No.
Have you ever used injection drugs or shots in the last 6 months?
No.
Have you ever been treated for drug or alcohol problems and returned to drinking or using drugs?
No.
Okay. Okay. Ma'am, have you used non-beverage alcohol like cough syrup, mouthwash, rubbing alcohol, cooking wine, or anything like that in the past 6 months?
No.
Okay. Have you blacked out because of your alcohol or drug use in the past month?
No.
Okay. Have you ever been taken to the hospital against your will for a mental health reason?
No.
We're almost done. Have you gone to the emergency room because you weren't feeling 100% well emotionally or because of your nerves?
Yes.
Okay. Have you spoken with a psychiatrist, psychologist, or other mental health professional in the last 6 months because of your mental health?
Yes.
Okay. Have you had a serious brain injury or head trauma?
No.
Okay. Have you ever been told you have a learning or developmental disability?
No.
Okay. Do you have any problems concentrating or remembering things?
No.
Have you had any medicines prescribed to you by a doctor that you did not take, sell, had stolen, misplaced, or whether prescriptions were never filled?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever experienced any emotional, physical, psychological, sexual, or other types of abuse or trauma in your life which you have not sought help for and or which has caused your homelessness?
Yes.
Okay. Well, ma'am, I do thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to do the survey with me. Like I said earlier, these questions and the answers that you provided will be used to assess the needs of our community in your area.